Hello true believers. With the second issue of the new SENTRY series on the horizon, I thought it might be a good time to discuss what to expect. If you haven't checked out the previews for the second issue, then know that this video will spoil the living shit out of the cliffhanger from the first issue. If you want to avoid these spoilers,
run boy run, this world is not meant for you, run boy run.
In a recent interview with CBR, Jeff Lemire has shared his thoughts on the SENTRY and given a couple of hints on the first arc in the new series. The links to the interview will be in the description. In the interview, Jeff states that it was the SENTRY's fractured nature that made him so appealing to him. He views the SENTRY as three different people: the SENTRY, the Void, and Bob Reynolds. He also states that Bob Reynolds plays a very important role in the first arc. That is something that we have already seen in the first issue. Bob has the responsibility to keep the Void and even the SENTRY locked away in a different reality. If Bob slips up, he might end up unwillingly summoning the Void and destroying the world. However, Jeff also states that the Void is not the main antagonist of the first arc. The antagonist of the first arc seems to be the mysterious person from the end of the first issue who seemingly killed Scout and Watchdog. That person is revealed in the interview. The first page they show is a page which shows a Sentress investigating a crime scene. She is then called to the watchtower, presumably by Clock. Upon arrival in the watchtower, Sentress sees blood on the ground. As expected, the blood belongs to Scout and Watchdog. We see that on the next page, which shows their lifeless bodies, and their attacker standing above them. The mysterious invader is Cranio, the man with the tree-level mind, from the non-canon story The Age of the SENTRY. Cranio was a big part of the Age of the SENTRY. His main goal was to start a campaign of terror. That sounds corny and comical, but it can also be scary and interesting if executed correctly. We will talk more about Cranio from the Age of the SENTRY in a future video. This Cranio seems to be different. Jeff confirms that by saying that they have reinvented him. And oh boy, they reinvented him like crazy. They have turned Cranio from a skinny, goofy looking loser to a big muscular badass motherfucker who has only been eating chicken breast, rice, broccoli, and all the steroids on the planet his entire life. I mean, look at him. This new, stupid sexy Cranio makes me question my sexual orientation. #no homo. Besides making Cranio physically more imposing, they have also given him new powers. Now he seems to be able to shoot lightning bolts and even fly. He probably also has high durability. The second page ends with the Sentress seeing her dead friends, becoming angry and going Super Saiyan. In the third and the last preview page we see Bob, who, judging by the buildings in the background, somehow ends up in the SENTRY world. We can't tell if he found the conflictor or if he teleported there on his own. He immediately comes across Cranio and the Sentress, who are having a fight. Well, Cranio is having the fight, while Sentress is role-playing as a punching bag. All of that is visually displayed in Kim Jacinto's energetic and dynamic style again. Jeff Lemire also praises the terrific energy and emotion in Kim's work, and how he excels at the high stakes of the story. Jeff also says that it was Tom Brevoort who suggested Kim Jacinto. Speaking of Kim Jacinto, in an interview not too long ago, Kim states that he was approached to illustrate the SENTRY while he was working on Avengers No Surrender. He got especially excited when he learned that Jeff Lemire would be writing the story. Kim also states that he is now a new father and that he is recovering from being sick, which is why he is working slower than usual at the moment. He states that he is still meeting his SENTRY deadlines, but that also explains why the first issue had quite a few copy-pasted panels. Kim also states that he is getting help from another artist named Joshua Cassara, who is drawing the scenes in the regular reality, while Kim draws the scenes from the alternate reality SENTRY world. Last but not least, Kim also admits that he didn't know much about the SENTRY before he started drawing the new series. In his mind, SENTRY was Superman with long hair. Upon being asked who would win in a fight, Kim says that he doesn't know, but goes with Superman. That is obviously the wrong answer, and I have already filed a complaint and sent it to Marvel in order to get Kim Jacinto fired. Ha ha ha, I'm just kidding. Or am I? In either case, SENTRY beats Superman. And as always, stay vigilant.